Bolognese sauce must be one of the most cooked dishes all around the country each week. It's a real crowd pleaser. And today, lucky you, I'm gonna give you my best ever recipe for this family fave. We're gonna level it up with a few secret ingredients, plus a finishing touch that you're gonna absolutely love. Let's start with the meat. Today, we're using 4-star beef mince. That means it has a little fat for flavor, but it won't be too greasy. I put just a tiny bit of olive oil into the pan. Some people like to put pork, maybe even veal, and beef mince. I just use beef because I like that rich beefy flavor. Stick it straight into your preheated pan. What you want is to get it really beautifully browned all over. Shouldn't take more than about 5 minutes. Season with a little salt and pepper, and then give it a final stir, and then straight from your pan and just stick it into a little bowl on the side. Put your pan back on the heat. We're going to do our mise en place. It's just a French term meaning everything's in its place. For you and me, it just means doing your prep. So in this case, it's veg. We are going to start with the usual suspects. I've got some onion, some carrots, some celery, even some garlic. But I've got another little trick up my sleeve. We are going to blitz up some brown mushrooms. Now, these are going to give you a killer umami flavor base into our sauce. So instead of doing some chopping, we're just going to pick them up, throw them into our food processor, and let this baby do all the work. Voila. Now, you can put the mushrooms into a bowl to the side, and then instead of chopping all our veg, we're just going to take our onions, our carrots, our celery, and even our garlic, toss it into a food processor. It gives you a nice fine dice in half the time. Not only are we going to get all the vitamins and minerals from the veggies into our dinner, but we're also going to get lots and lots of flavour. And we start cooking straight away again. We can bring our pot back and let's get it going nice and high heat. And then we toss in our streaky bacon, or even better, pancetta if you have it. So we saute our bacon until it gets nice and crisp. It takes about 3 to 4 minutes. We're going to use that bacon fat to actually cook our veggies. So go ahead and grab your veg into the bottom of your pan. I've also got a dry bay leaf, a little bit of fresh thyme, and those chopped mushrooms, and they all go in together. And then we saute that down. And if you like, give it a quick season as well. Now we cook down the veg, and then we're going to bring it all together. It's only going to cook for about 8 minutes, and stirring it pretty regularly. Now, umami's that wonderful, rich, kind of funky flavor that we love so much. Smell those incredible flavors. What a great base to a classic sauce. We're also going to add our beef back at this stage. Now, we make a little space and we roast off our tomato paste because it has lots of acidity. So what we want to do is roast that tomato paste out on a nice high heat, and what that's going to do is bring you that nice big punch of tomato flavor. Cook that all together for another couple of minutes. A little bit of red wine. I put in a good slurp of red wine. Now, you do want to bring it to the boil. You want to deglaze the pan, lift up all the flavor off the bottom of that pan, but also let that alcohol cook off, and then you're going to cook down and get that beautiful flavor from the wine without all of that acidity. Once your wine has completely cooked down, the next thing we're going to do is add our stock, a little splash of Worcestershire sauce, of course your tomato passata. Get all of that in, and then you let it come up to a boil. Once you turn this into a gorgeous sauce, and you can look at that, right? You would never believe we got all those flavors, all those delicious vegetables in there by looking at it. Here's where you might get a surprise. It's this. We add a little milk. That's right, stay with me. I know you're like, hold on, milk in a bolognese? Yeah, it softens the acidity. All those other ingredients like the tomato and the wine, it really softens it, and it also tenderizes the meat and creates a beautiful, smooth, silky texture. Stir that in well until it's mostly reduced into the mixture and it all looks lovely and creamy like this. You can literally see the difference in that bolognese. My bolognese has been cooking for about an hour and a half. The smell in this room is unbelievably good. Big old pot of water, right? You want to cook pasta in plenty of water, and you need to use lots of salt. I know most people call this spaghetti bolognese, but actually, traditionally, this sort of sauce would be served with a wide, flat pasta noodle, like a pappardelle. So, earlier we whipped some up. It's a quick homemade batch. And if you like, you can watch that video in the link below. Regardless, cook whichever pasta you're using to the recommended time. And then you can give your water Just a little stir. I say to make the pasta swim. Now the good thing about fresh pasta is it literally takes 2 to 3 minutes to cook. And the way you tell that it's cooked is you just remove one of those noodles and then have a taste. Perfection. You don't want to overcook the pasta, so it's time to get it out of the water. Normally, we serve the pasta underneath the sauce, but in my version, what I do is I take that pasta with a little bit of its pasta water and put it straight into the pot with the sauce. That way, I can delicately just move it around the sauce, just like that, and really let the flavor intermingle absolutely beautifully. Oh yeah, look at that. Then you can turn off the heat. I have some fresh ricotta over here. This, my friends, is going to finish off our spaghetti bolognese in the most glorious way. I want you to take just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil and take some parsley, mix some of that parsley with the ricotta and season it with just a little bit of parmesan cheese. That is going to be one dollop that goes right on the top of our finished pasta. You have a killer creamy level up. Look at that. Tiny little drizzle of extra virgin olive oil over the top of that beautiful ricotta, and I tell you what, it is absolutely delicious. So simple and easy to make, but it is way better than any other bolognese that I've ever made, and I know that you and your family are gonna absolutely love it. For more of my best ever recipes, head to the Coles YouTube channel or recipes and inspiration at coles.com.au.